Hello Shmuposphere! News about Aleste branch, a new NES shmup developed by former compile members, the updated version of Cho Ren Sha for Windows, and more exciting news. Stay with us until the end of the video, there's definitely something interesting to share with you. Earlier this year, M2 released an updated video on their current projects. They discussed Night Striker, which I mentioned on our November episode, showcased the soundtrack of Ubusana, a game they're developing in partnership with the creator of Ikaruga, and of course, they gave us a look of Aleste branch. This game is expected to release in 2025. It looks gorgeous, blending the feel of a modern raisin shmup with a traditional Aleste.
ブランチといった山中である。見ての通りゲームとしては完成しており、現在は各種ハード向けの実装に取り掛かっている次第である。内容は申し分ない。
Undoubtedly, this is one of my most anticipated release for 2025. With M2 behind it, my expectations are sky high. It's funny, those who started playing shmups on the MSX with iconic titles like Aleste and Gradius could never imagine that in 2025 Aleste would still thrive while Gradius faded into obscurity. No release dates were mentioned for these titles, but Aleste branch has already been tested at events and it's nearly complete. We could get an update at any moment. The legendary Cho Ren Sha, a 1995 doujin classic for the X68000, received several updates over the years, with version 110 being the most significant in 2023. This update added actual backgrounds, greatly enhanced its visuals. Initially, version 110 was only available for the X68000, playable via emulators or on the original hardware. Meanwhile, an earlier version 1.01 had been ported to Windows. But now in January 2025, the authors have also released version 110 for Windows. This latest version is free to download on the author's website. The link for the download as well as links for all other games mentioned in this video can be found in the video description. I've mentioned Changeable Guardian Estique in previous Shmup Drops episodes. And well, it's finally here. The game was released in December 2024 on cartridge for the Famicom and NES. Big names in shmup developing, including former compile members, were involved in creating Estique. I haven't played it yet, but I plan to do a live session soon. This is a topic we've discussed extensively, but let's revisit it. Imagine a beloved game franchise abandoned by its creators, with no sequels or updates. What happens? A void forms, and fans inevitably fill it with unofficial versions, sometimes multiple ones. This has happened with countless games, and Star Fox is no exception. One dedicated fan went so far as to port Star Fox 64 to PC, complete with high-resolution graphics and ultra-wide monitor support. Who knows how long Nintendo will allow this project to exist, considering their reputation for aggressively shutting down fan-made initiatives, but for now, it's still available.
I thought they had me.
The Arcade Archive series is always full of surprises. Sometimes they unearth gems. Other times, we get obscure titles that no one asked for. This time, they hit the spot with Viper Phase 1. Released in 1995 between the Raiden and Raiden Fighter series, Viper Phase 1 was a precursor to Raiden Fighters. I covered its history in detail on my other channel, Shmups PR. Those videos, which also have English subtitles, delve into the evolution of the Raiden and Raiden Fighter series. Now, for the first time, Viper Phase 1 is available for home console as a part of the Arcade Archive series. Both games versions are included, which is a relief because the original release was notoriously unbalanced. And here we go with the games that appeared on Steam. Black Paradox Reloaded is a roguelite made entirely in pixel art and already has a demo available. It's an updated version of the original 2018 game, completely remade. There aren't many automotive-themed shmups on the market, and just for a dose of humor I would keep an eye on it. Conjunctivitalizer also caught my attention primarily because it's a beautifully crafted cute 'em up with an incredible soundtrack. But the video they released is quite pretentious and makes a lot of promises. They claim that traditional shmup concepts will be destroyed here, and that the game innovates in various ways. It's a shame that's slated for release only in 2026, but the Steam page is already available for those who want to follow its development. And I can't explain how many times I watched this trailer. Lilac Zero features gorgeous pixel art and an intriguing concept, alternating between shooting and a lock-on system that allows you to attack your enemies with a sword. I noticed some influences from Musha and Zero Ranger here, two of my favorite shmups, so this is a project I want to follow closely. Astralbringer was also released in December. It's an arena bullet hell with both long and short range mechanics, stunning graphics and an excellent soundtrack. It's not your traditional shmup. They've been quite experimental here, but I found it very interesting and the price is very reasonable. Terrenus is for PC, but it's not on Steam yet. It's a very intriguing modern bullet hell with mechanics reminiscent of cave shmups, and believe me, it does an excellent job on kicking your ass. There are 2 available characters with completely different playstyles, and it's a lot of fun. A demo is available on itch.io and I highly recommend trying it out. Moving away from Steam to Switch, Strania Ex is coming to Nintendo's portable console. The original Strania was released for Xbox 360 in 2011, and the updated version arrived in the arcades via the X Arcadia platform in 2020, which is now being ported to the Nintendo Switch. Strania is a modern shmup from G-Rev that lets you play on both sides of a war between 2 space civilizations. The game is heavily inspired by 80s and 90s sci-fi anime and strikes a balance between methodical shmup and a bullet hell. What's curious here is that it's the first time a game is moving from the X Arcadia platform to home consoles, proving that yes, this phenomenon is possible. I say that because there are many exclusive versions of games on X Arcadia that I'm sure plenty of people would love to play at home, and it seems like this is finally happening. X Arcadia is a modern platform that isn't readily available worldwide, and it's absurdly expensive for the home user. And by expensive I mean Neo Geo in the early 90s expensive, if not more. In other words, games are isolated there, and I know at least 10 more games I'd love to play on my home consoles. Also coming to Steam and Switch is Bounty Sisters, a very beautiful shmup I mentioned on an episode back in 2024. Just because I said automotive team shmups were rare, here comes another one just to prove me wrong. The release has been confirmed for summer 2025, and from the trailer release the game looks amazing. Angelian Trigger was also announced for Switch. It's a rail shmup with beautiful pixel art and strong anime and 90s superscalar inspirations. It feels like an anime version of that G.I. Joe game by Konami that I played a lot as a kid. The game will have a physical version and even features a 3D function using those Creed 3D colored glasses, which I found super cool, though honestly I'd prefer a VR version. I don't know much about this one, but I found the MSX1 style aesthetics really interesting. Solar Blaster is a shmup currently in development with no promises or anything yet, at least according to my research. What I found most amusing is how it looks like it was made for the MSX1, if the MSX1 could pull off such beautiful scrolling, which, let's face it, those of us in the real world know it's not the case. And I swear I didn't understand what Gar-Type was when I saw it first time. I thought it was just a funny video someone made showing what a monochromatic Garfield team shmup might look like. But no, it's not just a joke. The game actually exists. It's an unofficial free fan game that clearly showcases the author's talent for pixel art and the time they dedicated to its production. It was released in December and can either be played directly on the creator's website or downloaded. Here's something a bit off topic because there are lots of great non-shmup games coming out, right? Well, this one, Omega Phenex, it's kind of a middle ground. It reminds me a bit of Armored Core series and some rail shmups from the original PlayStation, but we only know for sure when we get to play it. All I know for now is that the game looks incredible, and the promised extensive mech customization makes it even more interesting. Omega Phenex had already a Steam page, but there's no release date yet. And it's been a while since I mentioned a Metroidvania, so here we go. Oblivion Override caught my attention and I found it quite stunning. The game seems to have a massive amount of content and the graphics are gorgeous. It also seems to incorporate roguelite elements, something in the lines of Dead Cells, so I think it's worth keeping an eye on. And while we're at it, here's another Metroidvania. Blade Chimera also caught my attention. The game feels like a modern Castlevania with high definition pixel art, and a cyberpunk setting with horror elements. It's been announced for Steam and Nintendo Switch, and it's scheduled to launch on January 16, 2025. As you all know, ninjas are always relevant on this channel. The new trailer for Ninja Gaiden Ragebound is out, and honestly I still don't know what to think about it. On one hand, I love the iconic cutscenes, found the graphics stunning, and appreciated the game's dynamic action. On the other hand, as a game, Ragebound doesn't feel very familiar to the Ninja Gaiden I know. I suppose that's because lately many ninja games have tried to be the next Ninja Gaiden, but let's be real, Ragebound is an official Tecmo Koei project developed by the team behind Blasphemous, so I think we have every reason to be optimistic. And that's it for now, Shmuposphere. Those were the December and January highlights. Thank you very much for watching the video to the end. Are you looking forward for M2's next release? Have you already downloaded the new Cho Ren Sha? Did you like what you see on the Ninja Gaiden trailer? Leave a message in the comments and I'll be more than happy to reply. And if you enjoy what you've seen here, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel, share the video with your friends, and consider becoming a member to support bigger projects like the Dossiers. And that's it. Peace out and bye.